Good evening, social media. Shut up. Let me tell y'all about the first real ass kicking I ever seen. I say I was about 7, probably about 7. I don't know, how old are you in like the 2nd, 3rd grade? I was going to Bethune, so I had to be like in the 2nd or 3rd grade. Boom. So it used to be these 3 white boys lived right down the street from me. We was real cool. We used to hang out all the time. So where they lived was like so project, but it wasn't in the projects. It was like the back of a, you know, you have the front of the building be like a store, or I think it was a boxing gym. The front of the building was like a boxing gym or some shit like that. They lived in, it was like 3 or 4 apartments on the back of the building, and they lived in one of those. Anywho, so we, thank you, man, appreciate it. Come on, girl. Hey, where you going? So we together, all 4 of us. We're it's an abandoned building, like right down the street. We standing in the parking lot of the building, throwing rocks at the building, busting the windows, right? So we didn't know it was somebody working in them damn buildings. So we throwing rocks, boom, boom, boom. My rock just happened to be the rock that hit the window, bust the window. White dude come running out. We run. He run us down. He tried to run us down, but we run. We run. Like I said, we're little kids, so it's not like we running fast. So we run across the street, cut through some yards. We hit the alley. So do y'all remember back in the day when all the garbage cans was like metal, and they used to have like that little, I don't know what to call it, like a little hut or something around it was like a little gate or something around the garbage cans, but it only had 3 sides. One side was open so the garbage man could just get the garbage out of there. So we hide in one of those. All of a sudden, a grown man, he jumped the wall. Boom, he in there with us. Here, how y'all busting window? What's going on with all this? All 3 of them snitch on me. It was him. It was him. So my first reflex is to attack that motherfucking ass. Boom. So I attacked the one, point at me, boom. So dude grabbed me. He put me in the Nelson. He finna walk me back home in the Nelson. They showing him where I live. Even though they busting windows too. You know what I mean? Like I thought there was some, you know, now that I'm grown and I was back at it, I'm like, dude, how the fuck you seen all 3 of us out there throwing rocks? How the fuck you just put me in the Nelson? But anyway, boom. So he put me in the Nelson. He's taking me back to the crib. When we get to, like, in my yard, we're coming through my backyard, because like I said, we in the alley. When we get to my yard, he like, my stepfather and my mom had this friend, but she's still my mom's friend, her name is Sherry, but she's like 10, 12 years younger than my mom, so she's only about 15 years older than me. Her man was out there, his name was Tommy. So my stepfather and Tommy are in the yard. So when he come walking up and he got me in the Nelson, he like, hey, did this one belong here or something? So Tommy like, man, let him go. Let him go. You know, he like, oh, he was busting windows. Tommy like, let him go. Tommy just walk up, fire on him, bow, because he still got me talking about he was busting windows. So Tommy fire on him, bow, bow, just start putting the flu-flops on him. I'm talking about putting the flu-flops on him. Bip, bam, bing, pow, pow, ping. He's beating his motherfucking ass. Like, I'm standing right there, I'm in awe. You know what I mean? I'm a rough little kid at the time, so I'm really digging it. Tommy's beating the shit out of him. I'm talking, stomping him all in his face because he keeps saying, but he was busting windows, but he was busting windows. So Tommy's just beating him. He's fucking him up. He's bloody everywhere until he finally starts saying, okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. Because when every time he say, but he was busting windows, Tommy say, oh, you still think I'm playing? He'll kick him in his face again. Bam. Bend down. Pound him out some more. He's pounding this motherfucker out. So he telling him, you still think I'm playing, right? So until he finally, you know, submit, oh, I'm sorry. So then I'm scared to say it out loud. I have an illegal number. So right. So he yeah, that's a girl. So when he pounds him out and he finally submit, Tommy go on and let him up. Now I don't know if that did something to me or what, but I promise y'all, no exaggeration, no bullshit. I swear for God on my soul. By 10, if I got you on the ground, I was stomping you in your face, kicking you in your face, I was fucking you up. I can remember getting kicked out of my cousin's birthday party because me and his cousin on his other side got in a fight. First we was out, we just playing, we got the boxing gloves on. You know, he kind of duffed me up. It's all funny games, I ain't really tripping. You know, it ain't serious. So he kind of duffed me up. I'm probably 9 or 10. So maybe an hour later, he messing with my little brother. So my cousins come and get me. Like, my cousins are on this side of the family. They're not no kin to his other side, to him. You know what I'm saying? So boom, my cousins come and get me. But they share a cousin. We all share a cousin. So my cousins, my girl cousins, they come and get me. They like, little Tony, this dude he messing with Romeo, woo woo woo. So when I come over there and to check him, he all for it. You know what I mean? He think I'm the same nigga he just beat up with the boxing glove. I pounded him out, y'all. As a shorty, pounded him out. I got him on the ground, fucking kicking him in his face. His cousin, she didn't try to jump in, but she tried to grab me. Like, that ain't fair. He won't let him up. He won't let him up. So, but she a little older than big old fat girl. I think her name was Tasha. She wasn't that much older than me because I ended up going to I went to junior high school with her. She was only a grade ahead of me. So anyway, unless she flunked or something. She was bad, she was roguish, so she might have. But anywho, so she grabbed me, so my cousin run up on her, let him go. But when she grabbed me, I'm still kicking him in his face. Bam, he trying to get up, no good, he on his knees. Boom, I'm laying him down. I promise y'all, I'm like 9 years old. I'm stomping him out. Then, you know, they broke it up. They told me I had to leave. My cousin's mom told me I had to leave and shit, because that was her side of the family and shit. And so let me tell you another quick, short piece about the history of that. So my cousin's mom, he's actually not my flesh and blood cousin. His dad and my dad are real tight. Now his dad it's like a pimp, kind of. You know what I mean? I don't know if he's really sending these bitches or what, but you know, he got some pimping in him. I know he got these hoes dancing and shit, and it's like the early 80s, so he probably pimped. I think he was sending them, but he was a dresser. As a matter of fact, when I got grown, by this time he opened up a little clothing store. But he was a real sharp dresser. But you know, me being a bad kid and listening to my mom and them talk, when he would jump on his woman, she said, I would know when I'm in trouble. If I come home and he's sitting in the living room in his boxers and his tank top, I'm finna get my ass whooped. I was cracking up. So, you know, listening to him, he was too sharp of a dresser. He didn't like messing up his clothes. So he would strip to his underwears and bare chest or a tank top before he jumped on his bitch. Now, let me make something very clear. I totally disagree with jumping on women. I don't fight my women. You know, that shit just never made any sense to me. For one, I kind of blank when I fight. So let's say I'm jumping on my bra and she fuck around and hit me and it hurts. Now I'm liable to hurt her because I'm gonna blank. You know what I mean? Like she'd catch me in my eye or something, just trying to get me off her. I'm a blank. And plus, I just don't believe in that shit. That shit's real weak. You know? But that's just some shit from my childhood, man, when I was just a little kid. I done seen some crazy shit, man. I say when I was in the 4th grade, by this time I done moved over south. I live on the north side of town. I done moved over to the south side of town. I think I lived over there for 2.5 years. Yeah, 2.5 years. So I'm in the 4th grade, right? I got there in the middle of the 3rd grade. Wasn't even the middle. Like it was kind of the beginning of the year, because I think we moved in that house on Halloween. Only reason I remember it because we had a blizzard on motherfucking Halloween. We don't always get snow that damn early, but we had a blizzard, a nasty blizzard on Halloween, and we moved in that motherfucker. But you know, that's how it is when you're kind of struggling. You know what I mean? Like, we always had something to eat and all that. Put that shit down. Always had something to eat or something like that, but you know, it was a struggle for my parents and shit. So anywho, I'm in the 4th grade. The 6th graders and the 4th and 5th audits, the 6th graders got their own hallway. The 4th and 5th graders are right next to each other, and the 3rd graders are at the end of the hall, right? So I'm on my way to lunch. The 4th and 5th graders go to lunch together. On our way to lunch, when we're at lunch, the 6th graders are outside at recess. But they're already at recess on our way there. So we on our way to recess. I see like my big homie, I used to hang with it. When I lived over south, all my friends was older than me. Most of my friends was older than me. And I had a little homie too, who was my next door neighbor. I remember I was wrong, man. I used to beat him up all the time and shit, even though he was like my little homie. I was out of pocket, man. I was kind of bullied. I was kind of like a bully to him, you know what I mean? If shit didn't go my way, I beat him up. And he had a bigger brother that probably could have beat me up, but he never did for some reason. But anywho, he used to beat my little brother up though. That little motherfucker was crazy. What's up, crew? What you doing?
Shit. Getting on.
That's where you working at right there? That's that same spot, huh? Yeah. I got to get me a job, man. I might be hitting you up. Yeah. Come on. How many hours you work? I got to crawl before I walk, man. I need like a 4-hour gig. Straight up. But anyway, I'm back to the topic at hand. So we're on our way to lunch, right? I see my big homie out the window. He finna get in a fight with this Puerto Rican cat. Now, I recognize the Puerto Rican cat because his little brother is my homie. Me and his little brother hang out. Had I not moved from over south, I was just telling my man White Lotus this today. We was talking on the phone. Had I not moved back over north, which I wanted to do, had I not moved back over north, man, I would speak Spanish right now. I'll probably be fucking with Puerto Rican bitches too, because I like Puerto Rican women. I like Brazilian women, and I like Puerto Rican women. But I don't speak Spanish, and but I think they'll fuck with me because people mistake me for Puerto Rican all the time. Anywho, I'm on my way to lunch. I see my man Burrito. I've been calling him Burrito so long, I can't even remember his real name no more. But I see my man Burrito. Burrito B. That's what we was calling him, Burrito B. Come on. So Burrito's a big dude. He kind of heavy set. He kind of tall. You know, he probably don't even really look like he in the 6th grade. But neither does the Puerto Rican. Burrito was like hard, but he didn't just pick on little dudes. As a matter of fact, everybody I knew he fought was big. So Burrito like all in his grill. Woo, woo, they get to squabbling. Bam, bam, boom, boom, boom. Ping, ping, pow, pang. You know what I mean? They're getting it in. Why the Puerto Rican in the 6th motherfucking grade? How old are you in the 6th grade? 12? 11? Why this motherfucker, man, pull out 2 razor blades, cut my nigga up, excuse my language, cut my homeboy up, carve his face all up with 2 razor blades. Man, we 12 years old. I'm not even 12 yet. They like 12 years old, man. He's like 12 years old. Cut my man up with the razor, all in his face. 2 razor blades. He had a razor blade in both hands. Cut my man Burrito up. But Burrito was hard, man. Burrito still knucking. You know, he's still trying to, they breaking it up. Burrito still trying to get it. He ain't tripping off them 2 razor blades. Burrito was hard, man. He was hard. Matter of fact, by the time he was like 16, he was fucking my cousins, my older cousin, who's probably about 3 or 4 years older than me. He was fucking her homegirl. He used to be right around the corner. I had moved back over north by then. Her homegirl lived right around the corner from me. My man Burrito was slamming her. But yeah, man, I got stories for days, man. As we all do. But some of that shit be crazy, man. He was 12, man. He was 11 or 12. I don't know how old you'd be in the 6th grade, but that's where he was at, 11 or 12. He cut my bro up with the razor blades. My man Burrito. Even though I was a north sider at heart, I ain't gonna lie, I had a lot of fun living over south. I had a whole lot of fun living over south, man. I remember my man Eddie. I remember one day we at the park, right? We playing football. We playing football at the park. It's me, Eddie, Thor. Thor was a white dude who kind of favored Thor. He had long, kind of blondish hair. He was kind of stocky. Now all these cats is older than me. Butch, I'm hanging with a bunch of Butch ended up going to prison when we got grown because this damn fool went up to his woman worked at the post office. This might go up to the post office, kill her at the post office in front of everybody. He was always kind of crazy though. Butch was crazy. I remember we got into it with some motherfuckers. Again, we little ass kids. I moved from over there. I came there in the 3rd grade. I moved from over there in the 6th grade, but I wasn't there a whole 3 years. You know, school year ain't no whole damn year or whatever. I was only there 2.5 years. Anyway, so we out there, we at the school I go to. We playing football and shit. We're not even playing football. We like paying 500 or something. Y'all remember 500? Where it's like a crowd of people over there, and you throw the ball down there. Whoever catch, every time somebody catch the ball, it's 100. Once you get to 500, you become the person to throw the ball. Y'all used to play that? We played that shit. But anyway, we playing 500. So a crowd of older kids, they even older than us. But Eddie's older than all of us. Butch, Junior, Thor, all them. They Alfonso, was his name Alfonso? I think his name was Alfonso. When I think about him, he looked like he was Arab or somebody. I'm sure he wasn't with a name like Alfonso. But anyway, him, we all out there, we kicking it. A bunch of older kids came. I think they were siblings. They was white, to be honest. They was some white kids. Boom. So, but it's like one of my first interactions with a bitch that act like a dude. So they come up, they fucking with us. They talking about they finna take the ball from us. So we all like take it. You know, it started with me. I'm holding the ball out. Take it. I dare you. We ordered some selling tickets. So finally Eddie grabbed it. Eddie grabbed the ball. He like take it. He walked up on him. It's a whole crowd of him. He extended it out. Take it. Why the tough ass bitch is the one that caught herself smacking it out of his hand. He beat the brakes off that hoe. He had on some leather gloves. He pounded her out. Ping, 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 pop, boom, boom. I remember her brother, like I said, it was about 5 or 6 of them. Her brother, he snapped out. He ain't run up on Eddie or nothing, but he snapped out, picked his bike up, slammed it. That motherfucker, he slammed the shit out that bike. It like damn near broke in half. But he didn't run up on Eddie. Eddie had hands. Eddie ended up going to jail for murder. This damn fool. And I ain't dissing him because that was my man. But this damn fool, he did some shit some way many years. I hadn't seen him in like 20, 25 years, man. So one night I go to the club with my homeboy. I'm not dressed right to be in the club that I'm at. I'm over south. I go to the club. I got on a blue and white UNC warm up, you know, the little warm up pullover joint with the short sleeves and shit. I got that joint on, and I got on some dark blue shorts and some blue chucks. The club I went to is pretty much ran by the Bloods. It's in Blood Hood and everything. But I'm thinking, for one, I didn't know we was going there until we got there. But once we got in there, through marriage, through my stepfather that I talked about earlier, I'm kin to a lot of the Bloods. So I'm thinking they gonna know, man, DK ain't no blood. And then I got the DK tattooed on my neck. I'm thinking this gotta be 20 years ago. At least 20 years ago. If I'm 50 now, oh, this is way more than 20 years ago. I wasn't 30, I was in my 20s. I was probably in my early 20s. 23, 26, somewhere up in there. So when it's over, I see them all looking at me funny and shit. And I even had one of the bitches walk up on me and ask me, "Do that DK stand for dog killer?" I said, "Man, y'all know damn well I ain't no crip, man. What the fuck are y'all talking about?" So, you know, I wasn't really tripping. So now we outside, me and my homie, we standing over there right with the blood. Like I said, I'm thinking I know these dudes. So we standing with him. It's about 30 of them motherfuckers out there. I could feel them looking at me funny and shit. So then Eddie walked up on me and was like, "What's up, man?" I'm like, "What's up, my nigga?" We shook hands and shit. And while he got my hand, while we shaking hands, he looked me dead in my eyes and said, "Man, you looking like a ricket." So I was offended because what if I was, dude? You ain't seen me in 25 years. You just gonna have me fucked up like that? You know what I mean? Like if I was a Crip, how would I have responded to that? Would I had ate that? I might would have had to eat that because it was a gazillion of them brothers out there. But anywho, I'm like, man, ain't no motherfucking. At this time, we beefing with the Crips, so I dissed the Crips. I ain't no motherfucking rap. You know what I mean? Woo woo woo. But I was mad though. I was mad, to be honest. I was mad, but I hid it. But I was mad because I felt hella offended that he just felt comfortable saying that shit. What if I would have been, dude? You ain't seen me since I was like 10, 9. You know what I mean? Like I ain't seen Eddie in years and years and years. But anyway, when I said he grew up and ended up murdering somebody, I don't know if he did it or his homie did it. He had already did a stretch. I think he had already did either a bid for popping somebody or killing them. He get out. Boom. They're in the suburbs. At an apartment complex, at the swimming pool, at the apartment complex. What made you think you was gonna get away with this? You're in an apartment complex. You know, there's the swimming pool in the middle of there. There's a bunch of people out there. There's a bunch of white people out there. At that, they get into it with somebody, woo woo. They kill him right there. Boom, boom, boom. Man, Eddie probably ain't never coming home. I don't know. But all right, y'all, that's my time, man. I'm out. Break bread forever.